Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what should be a very interesting video today. Today I'm going to be making a rant video responding to everyone else's rant videos, their rant tweets, the rant articles, the rant Reddit postings, everything where people are saying that Star Wars Battlefront is going to be absolute shit from the very little information that we know right now. So, before I start the video, I'm going to put a disclaimer here. This video is most likely not going to be safe for work because I'm not going to be using my filter that I usually use here. I'm not going to be filtering out certain four-letter words that I normally wouldn't use in my commentaries because some people are really being fucking stupid about this topic. So, I digress. First thing I would like to point out is that this game is a completely new IP. It is not Star Wars Battlefront 3 from Pandemic Studios, who made the original two games. It is not Star Wars Battlefront 3 from Free Radicals, who was developing theirs, and it's not Star Wars Battlefront 3 from LucasArts, who was developing their own Star Wars Battlefront game. For all intents and purposes, this Star Wars Battlefront game is a completely new franchise, as opposed to the old Star Wars Battlefront games. So keep that in mind when thinking about Star Wars Battlefront and what's going to be in the game. So first off, I would like to talk about the petition that people are putting around on the internet. So there's a petition, if you didn't know, to, get Star Wars Battlefront to have space battles, Clone Wars, instant action, and possibly even a campaign by 2016 through DLC and other things. So I'm not going to try to offend anyone in this video, but there's no other way I can say this without offending people. If you sign that petition, you're a fucking idiot. Here's why. DICE isn't going to change the game at this point, guys. Basically what you're saying is, we know that you're trying to make a new IP of our old favorite game, but we don't care. We want you to just fucking remake our favorite game, and we don't give a shit about anything that you want to do new with Star Wars Battlefront. That's basically what you're saying to the developers right now, is that we don't care. Is someone posting a petition online that says, hey, no one's gonna buy Call of Duty Black Ops 3 unless you make it in the World War II era, so why not just remake the game in the World War II era? Because that's basically what people are saying in this petition, is we're not gonna buy the game unless you completely fucking change it to make it what we want. No! It's their game! They're gonna do what they want with it. You people are so stupid. You don't understand game development and the fact that this game comes out in not even 9 months. 7 months? This game comes out in less than 7 months. There's no time to add Clone Wars. There's no time to add space battles at this point. They're doing the finishing touches. This is going into beta soon. There's no time to put all this crap into the game. It's too late, guys. They're not going to make these changes. They're not going to make them DLC. The Clone Wars was never supposed to be in the game. That wasn't the plan. They're not planning on releasing it as DLC. And if you think they are, you are an idiot. What else would they do for Star Wars Battlefront 2? What else? You know what? Star Wars Battlefront 1 came out, and in less than a year, Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out. And they were basically the exact same game with a few added features. DICE isn't going to do that with these games. That's not feasible anymore. You can't re-release the same game with a 2 at the end and add just a little bit of content. DICE can't do that. So what else are they going to do for Star Wars Battlefront 2 if they don't keep the Clone Wars out of this game? There's no Star Wars Battlefront 2 if they do that. They need the Clone Wars to still be available to make another Star Wars Battlefront game. Why do you people not understand that? Why do you people not see why that's why the Clone Wars aren't in the game? That is why, guys. Moving on to the next section of this, we're going to talk about the campaign. Guys, there was no campaign in the first two Battlefront games. Think about it. It was just a series of missions that had a light narrative and slight objectives. Slight changes to the gameplay to make it so that it seemed like there was an objective. Think about that. There was no campaign in the first two Battlefront games. And I'm not trying to knock DICE here, but DICE isn't known for their campaigns in the first place. Would you rather have a really crappy campaign from DICE, or would you rather have these single-player or multiplayer, actually, missions that you can do that are guided, that are basically the exact same as the campaign from the first two Battlefront games? It's just a single-player or multiplayer mission with a little bit of guidance. That's basically what Battlefront 1 did, and no one thinks that that's acceptable anymore. Even though Battlefront 1, the only way it had a campaign is because the word said campaign. There was no actual campaign to the game. So now we're going to talk about space battles, and this is something that I actually do agree with. I think they should have included space battles into the game, but I'm not going to freaking flip out and say, I'm not going to buy your game unless you put space battles into the game. I mean, I wanted space battles in the game probably just as much as the next person, and this is something that I'm going to talk a little bit more level-headed about, because I understand why people are upset with them not including it in the game. It was a big part of Star Wars Battlefront 2, and it was something that we all wanted to see return in a new Star Wars Battlefront game, in addition to space-to-ground combat, which we'd seen in Free Radical. But as I stated earlier in the video, this isn't Free Radical's game. You can't expect them to include everything that Free Radical included in the game, so space to ground, I guess, isn't going to happen, and I'm fine with that. Here's why, guys. If you think about it, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was made in less than a year. I think it had like 9 months of development time, maybe, and they pushed out a decent product. However, these space battles were extremely rushed. They were probably developed in a matter of weeks, probably maybe a month or two at most. And if you look back at it, guys, the space battles in Battlefront 2, I know everyone gets nostalgic about the game. I get nostalgic about the game. I remember it just as much as the next person. But stop lying to yourself. The space battles in Battlefront 2 were shit. They were absolutely god-awful. They were the exact same map, just slightly reskinned and with the ships in a slightly different position. You know that they were absolute crap, guys. It was the same exact thing every single time. The space battles were so rushed and so awful, and I don't want to see that happen in this game. If they included space battles at this point, they would be even shittier than they are in the old Star Wars Battlefront 2, and that would just piss even more people off. So would you rather be pissed off that they made a shitty space battles, or would you rather have them not even include space battles and focus that time towards other things? Which kind of segues into my next topic. I'm fine with them not doing the campaign, I'm fine with them not doing Clone Wars, I'm fine with them not doing space battles, because it means that they have more time to develop a quality product with the Galactic Civil War. Imagine if they'd put the Clone Wars into this game. That means that half of their time would have had to go into developing Clone Wars characters and Clone Wars maps, and half of their time would have to go into developing Galactic Civil War characters and Galactic Civil War maps. So they're basically splitting the development time. Basically, both halves of the game have to be done in a year and a half. And that's rushing the developers, as opposed to having almost 2.5 years to make a full Galactic Civil War era game. They would have about a year and a quarter to make 2 really crappy halves of a game. So I'm fine with them not including those in the game, because it means that they're going to focus more on the multiplayer, and they have more time to buff the multiplayer to make it great. The reason that Battlefield 4 was so crappy with servers and stuff is because they spent time making the campaign, granted probably not much time, but they spent time making the game. They had to spend time adapting it to different consoles, just like they did with Battlefield Hardline. And that's something that's going to change for Star Wars Battlefront. They only have to make it for next-gen hardware, which means that more of their time is going to be spent on making the game as opposed to porting the game to different consoles, which means that they're going to be able to focus more on making the game better. And another thing that I really wanted to say is a lot of people who are making rant videos and articles saying that Star Wars Battlefront is absolutely going to suck from all the stuff that we have confirmed so far. Like, I'm fucking done with this video at this point. That's why my voice is starting to get like this. I'm just fucking done. It's just so many people are so stupid about this topic. If you are coming to the conclusion that you're not going to buy Star Wars Battlefront from what's been confirmed, that there's all these features missing, you really are just absolutely an idiot, and there's no other way for me to say that other than you are just one of the stupidest fucking people I've ever heard talk, because basically what you're saying is, you know what, I don't know a lot about your game, all I knew is like the 10, maybe 15 things that you've confirmed about your game, and a 1.5-minute cinematic in-game engine trailer. But you know what? It doesn't look like it's for me. I hardly know anything about your game, and I know there's going to be a lot of new features that I don't know about yet, but I don't fucking care. I'm not going to buy your game. That's basically what you're saying right now, and that is just absolutely so stupid. DICE undoubtedly has so many more modes that they haven't announced, so many more gameplay features. This isn't the game. All the things that we have confirmed right now aren't the game. There's so much that they've added to the game that people don't know about yet. And that's so frustrating to see people say that this game is absolutely going to suck because they took out all these features. What the fuck about all the features that they added? There's going to be a ton more features than Pandemic, Lucasfilms, or LucasArts actually, and Free Radicals were ever going to add to the game. And that's just the truth, is that some of you people are so fucking stupid that you can't even see that, and just, I can't even anymore. I'm done making this video. Like, I probably offended multiple people making this video, and good, because if this video offended you, you probably deserve to be offended, because you probably are just jumping to conclusions, and you've been a fucking idiot about this the entire time. And so, I don't want to offend any more people, which, yeah, I probably could right now, but I don't want to offend any more people. So I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, if you did enjoy, as I encourage you to leave a like rating, but I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few dislikes on this video, so I encourage you to comment down below, letting me know what you guys thought of my rant video, as well as what you think of other people's rant videos. And so I want to thank you guys for watching, taking the time out of your day to watch this video, my angry rant, and yeah, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.